What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you with another Market Watch today. Guys, I have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch Facebook group down in the description below, or the comment section below, wherever. I also have the Discord, in case you guys want to join that. A lot of the cards get posted on here and on the Discord way in advance before I even talk about it on these Market Watches. So if you guys want to get in on that, definitely make sure to join the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch Facebook group. And once again, as well as Discord, both links will be down below. I'll probably type it in the comments and whatnot, but definitely check that out. In this Market Watch, we're going to be going all over the place, and I want to talk about what I'm doing, and I think what I recommend you guys for doing right now, as the market is kind of, certain cards are kind of hyped, certain decks are really hyped, and certain other things are stabilizing, and they're just going away, and nobody's looking at them, and those are the ones I like to focus on. But before I begin, guys, I just want to say, please make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and definitely hit that notification bell down below. And if you have any questions, type in hashtag Q4V down below, and I'll answer them at the end of my next Market Watch. And if you just want to comment anything in general, just do it already. First, second, third. Okay. Moving forward, Dingarusu, the Orcust of the Evening Star. Market price of this card's about $34. We saw it as high as $35, and looking at it right now, it's about $32. And I believe this card price is going to start declining in value. Once again, I said it last week. I'll say it again today. I think between today and tomorrow, we'll see the price drop. And then Thursday, Friday, it might slightly, if not stabilize, slightly increase a little bit in value. And then do it again and again until the price point of this card drops to roughly around $25, maybe even $20. Within like a week or two. We're starting to see a lot of Orcust players only play one or two of these. We're not seeing this as a 3 of. It ain't like Jackalope where it's a 3 of. And we saw builds this past weekend that only ran one Dingarusu. So it's not needed even at 2 depending on the build you want to play. Though I will say I recommend you get 2, but you don't need it obviously. So that's the price point for this card. Now, one of the cards I'm blown away and never gets hit in the ban list is Instant Fusion. And if you're looking to play Orcust or any deck, or you probably have in your deck right now, Instant Fusion is the card you're going to want to play. Well, market price of Instant Fusion is about $45. It's hitting about $46 to almost near $47 for this card. And that's the ultimate version. That's the highest version. If you want a DT4 version, it's a little bit cheaper. Market price of the DT is about $7, and we're seeing that bad boy roughly around $5. So the DT is actually undervalued right now, and that's the one I would recommend for you guys if you're looking to get this card. If you're looking to play Orcust, I highly recommend you play with Instant Fusion. It's a phenomenal card. It can help progress your combos. And in a deck that really relies on its combos, I think Instant Fusion is a blowout card. And I really recommend if you are looking to play Orcust. I don't think the Danger build is the only build you have to play. There's other versions. Moving forward, guys, looking at other things like Cancelo Pleiades. Now, I love talking about deck cores. And in fact, I was on Discord a little while ago, and they're asking me what cards I'm specifically looking to go in and buy. Well, my answer to them, I'll tell you guys, is right now my main thing is focusing on deck cores. Nobody's focusing on it right now. New meta, new set. We got a YCS coming up, a bunch of regionals. We got the we got nationals right around the corner. But nobody's focusing on deck cores right now. Well, why should I buy deck cores now? You might ask. Because nobody is. And it's amazing to buy. Think of it this way: if you got the Cancelo deck core, and you built the whole deck core, it'd probably run you, I'm going to say, DT Cancelos, 40, 50. I forgot how much I paid for mine. I have a DT and a secret version of the deck core. But it's relatively inexpensive. And to be honest with you, even though I'm looking at DT 7 Pleiades right now, being a $14 and a $15 card, I would sell my Cancelo Pleiades. You don't always have to keep your deck cores. You just have to buy the deck cores cheap because nobody's looking at it right now. And look at Cancelo Pleiades at $14. Yeah, you sell that bad boy. Because it's going to go back down in price point eventually. And then you can just buy back up again and maintain your deck core. But think of it this way. The money you spent in a deck core for Cancelos, you can get it back in cards like Cancelo Pleiades. Probably other cards of the engine. I know M7 is also going up there in value. It's about $7, $8 roughly. I would just get rid of that card. I would not hold it. I would not recommend it. Definitely sell it. And that's another thing Yu-Gi-Oh! Players that hold deck cores got to realize. You got to know when to sell pieces of your deck core to make the money back you paid for the entire deck core. And then just wait a while. The price will go back down in value, and then you go back in and snatch it up. It's not that difficult. But I feel some Yu-Gi-Oh! Players get really attached to their deck cores, and they go down with the ship for an investment that they forgot about was an investment initially. But look at the Cancelo Pleiades, $13 price point. You see here, 14, almost near 15. For the Secret Pleiades, it's about $4 and on the market price. But obviously, it's not that. You're seeing it here roughly around $9. After that one's gone, it's hitting 15 for Unlimiteds. You got Star Pack, Shadow Foils. It's about $6 higher than its $2 price point. Premium Gold's still low because nobody cares about Premium Gold. It's a horrible investment. Premium Gold is absolute trash. Do not ever buy anything Premium Gold unless it's a one-of, and just wait for the reprint. And you know, that's what I would tell you guys. Even the common price point is roughly on the same price point as Premium Gold, if that gives you any kind of understanding of it. Looking into DT7 in general, I saw that Goose to Emerald is up in value as well. The market price of this card is roughly around $23, but we're seeing it hit $40. And after that one's gone, there's two ideas for $50, and then it's at a $60 price point for that Goose to Emerald. Randomly, Yu-Gi-Oh players right now, and some invested Yu-Gi-Oh players are getting ready for the next balance. They're already setting up, and this is why I want to make these videos to show you guys. They're getting ready, so you should be getting ready. They're working on doing things, you should be working on doing things. And before you go, V, where am I get this money from? I'm not sure about you guys, but I have a ton of decks over here, and I'm personally working on consolidating my decks into 2 decks for competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what I'm personally working on right now. I have a ton of decks, guys, and I'm not sure if you guys are in the same boat. If you're not, hey man, no big deal. You can slowly work on building it up. We all start from 0 in Yu-Gi-Oh! We didn't start with a huge collection. We start from 0, and we worked on building our collection up, and you can easily do the same by continuing to watch the videos and hit subscribe, and telling your buddies and trading and whatnot. But yeah, no, looking at all these things, I would definitely recommend getting rid of all your decks, keeping like 2 decks in the meta, and just focusing on that. Focusing on making those decks the best you can versus the meta, as opposed to looking at all these Yu-Gi-Oh players with like all these different decks and going, I want every single one of them. It ain't Pokemon, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! You don't need to catch them all, you just need to play one deck. That's it. You go to YCS, you're only playing one deck. You go to Nationals, you're playing one deck. There's no like round 3 deck swap. It ain't happen. So hopefully you guys can take that advice in the heart and focus on investing instead of just holding multiple decks that are, let's be honest, are just going to go down in value as the meta shifts and definitely after the ban list. We also have Laval Chain from DT7, $25 price point, but once again, you've seen over here, it's $41, and after he's gone, the wall's at $50 for Laval Chain. Another card that's a great ban list target that Yu-Gi-Oh players are already focusing on. Then you got like other deck cards that are just phenomenally cheap, like Evil Swarms. And before you go, V, Evil Swarms is terrible, it's trash. Yeah, so is Constellars, and look what's happening over there. That's all I'm saying. I own 2 DT Evil Swarm deck cores, and I love it. I love it, the fact that it's such a cheap deck core to buy. You can buy the original ones, they're 45 cents. I always say that I recommend that you go for the higher version, which in this instance is the DT versions. There's a hidden arsenal in DTs, and DTs are just better as far as value, as far as increasing in value for the most part. So the original versions are not bad, and you can of course buy those, and you'll definitely make money if they was to go up in value. But I always say DTs, and you got a lot of great cards over here, guys. That is dirt cheap. The only card that would probably cost you money would be Rescue Rabbit. It came common, super rare, and secret rare. Right? Yeah, common, super rare, secret rare. And the secret version of Rescue Rabbit, you're looking to get the full deck core. Once again, this is not needed for a deck core. This is not part of the deck. Deck core means everything that says Evil Swarm that looks to fit into a meta version of Evil Swarms, or even cards that aren't Evil Swarms, because they're going to be even cheaper. They'd be like 10 cents. That's what I mean by that. Market price is roughly around $8, guys. Limited versions are about 7s. For first edition version of Rabbit, it's going to be a little bit more. But like I said, it's not needed, but it's about $10. You're going to want to get 3 of these if you want the full version of Evil Swarms, which I don't recommend, but it is an option. Then you have cards like Dark Samoa, just random secret rares, and this might be in your binder. Market price of Dark Samoa currently is $11 with secret rare coming out of Stars Overdrive. $11. Unlimiteds are already at 17s. Lightning Plates are at $34, almost say $35 for Dark Samoa. This is another card that might be just floating around your binder. Get rid of it, take that money, put it towards the deck core. Take the deck core, sleeve it up in oat sleeves, slap it in a crappy deck box, and throw it to the side. That's literally the thing you need to do with deck cores. I would recommend labeling them, put it in the side, and just keep going as you move forward on getting more of these kind of cards. You got cards like Spell Shattering Arrow, which is already going down in value. Card price of this card is roughly around $11, and we're seeing it over here. Oh, okay, I'm wrong. It's $19. I clicked on it, and it was like lightly played $9. Okay, Spell Shattering Arrow is $19. This card's seeing no play. Sell this card. I thought it was going down in value. No, it's not going down. Okay, nevertheless, I recommend selling cards like Spell Shattering Arrow. It's seeing 0 play. It's worth good money. Another good investment, and I'm shocked we haven't seen this card see any play, is Shadow Imprisoning, Light Imprisoning Mirror. Higher versions are the dual terminal versions from DT7 as well, ironically. But looking at it, it's about $2 for this card. I'm going to say $3 for Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Light Imprisoning Mirror, where is this one? Light Imprisoning Mirror is even more cheaper. I think it came in the same AP7, DT7. I see what you did there, Konami. See that, guys? AP. Okay. Light Imprisoning Mirror is about $1.60 in the market price. And we're seeing its price point. Oh, okay, no, it's around the same. It's about $2 for Light Imprisoning Mirror. I would definitely recommend you guys grab a playset of each of these. If you want to RO9 it, I highly recommend it. These are blowout cards. Every time Konami releases a deck that floats around any of these premises, you just get these cards because they're side deck skill drains. To mean the fact that we only have one skill drain, you can play a skill drain, but you can definitely utilize Light and Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors just to beat down your opponent even more. Moving forward, you got number 11, Big Eye. $23 market price of this card, but it's obviously not that. It's hitting about $32 for a Big Eye, and this is a phenomenal card. I actually owned, I had previously owned 3 of these. I just sold 2 of them, and I'm keeping one for myself personally because you really just need one Big Eye ulti. But yeah, taking extra money and just putting it towards buying things that you players aren't looking at right now. Because that's the main thing right now. Everyone's picking their decks. Everyone's talking meta. Everyone's looking at the price charts of the meta cards going up and down in value. But looking at deck cores are highly important. You know what else is really important? Madolches. I love Madolches. I love the crap out of Madolches. But this is all money. And it's kind of silly to not think that Konami is not going to reprint Madolches. I'm not sure if I listed already or I'm going to be listing all the Madolche cards that have any kind of value. And if you have Madolches, I recommend you do the same. Because Magiline or Super Rare is $19 in the price point. But it's already seeing a price point of roughly around $19. So unlimited positions around 19. It's stabilizing. It's no longer increasing. This card forever had a price point of $8 to $10, but now you see it stabilizing at its current $19 to almost a $20 price point. Seriously, get rid of this card, get rid of the whole deck core. It's a lot of money. Knowing Konami, they're gonna reprint Magiline at like Secret Rare, in Bowser Legends. Just focus on getting cheap deck cores. Get rid of the money ones so you can buy multiple deck cores. That's why you go in for like one deck. It goes up in value, let's say like Madolches. You take all that money and just focus on more. You diversify instead of just consolidate on just one deck core. It's silly. Burning Abyss. If anyone's not playing Burning Abyss, hey, Super Rare Skarms, they're about $7 right now. And this is the highest Burning Abyss is going to be for a long time. So unless you're playing a deck, sell the deck. And if you have 3 Skarms, well, that's pretty good much. $21 right there. Get rid of the Burning Abyss stuff and focus on other deck cores. Now, this is me trying to tell you guys, hey, this is why I recommend selling this video. Maybe I'll do another video and recommending deck cores for you guys to go in and pick up. I've done it before. If you look in this channel, you'll be able to find a video in which I talked about deck cores before. But maybe in the future, I'll do another video talking about, what deck cores I recommend you guys picking up. I'll probably do it when I'm making my moves on deck cores. I'll let you know, hey, listen, I'm buying this one. You guys might want to pick this one up as well. Moving on to other cards within the market, Ghostspell and Haunted Mansion Flank thanks to the structure is going low in value. Market price of Ghostspell and Haunted Mansion Secret Rares are about $26. You're seeing it here, $23. It's going lower. Of course it is. It's one of the worst hand traps out there because we have DD Crow. Then you got the Ghostspell and Haunted Mansion from Dual Power. This card was hitting some crazy numbers. It was around $20. Looking at right now, the market price is around $11, and which is stabilizing at $11. Price point of Ghostspell and Haunted Mansion is going to be going lower because nobody really wants this one. I will say though, I want to buy a playset of these just for my collection. Secret Rare Ghostspell and Haunted. I want a playset of Secret Rare original print of all the Ghost Girls. But I recommend if you guys are looking to pick these up, just wait because I'm just waiting for it to go lower in value, and then I'm gonna go in and grab these. Under the card's a lot of money. It's Tragodia, $22 market price, but of course it's not that. It's about almost near 60s for Tragodia, $60. Tragodia. I really don't know why, to be honest with you. And I own 2 of these, and I don't know if I want to get rid of these because I really do like this card a lot. I'm not sure if it sees meta relevance, but I think it might be time for me to get rid of Tragodia and just diversify and move forward on other things because I've had this card in my binder since I pulled it in Turbo Pack Booster 4 at my locals, and I'm just personally probably gonna get rid of it as well. But yeah, it's a lot of money for this card. Then you got Maxx C's, $135. Looking over here, guys, slightly played, it's about $150. The price point is declining for Maxx C ultis. They were hitting some crazy numbers. And when's the right time to buy Maxx C? Well, if you look at the market price compared to the price point, it looks higher, but it's definitely declining. But when's the right time to buy Maxx C's? If you're looking to do that, if you want to be a high stakes Yu-Gi-Oh player, probably right now. I mean, it's kind of silly not to think it's right now. You can wait till after Nationals, but then the problem with after Nationals is the minute Nationals is over, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are already focusing on August. They're focusing on a new balance, a new OTS pack. They're focusing on a change in the meta. And Maxx C might get hyped because of that around August. So I would recommend from now until Nationals to look to picking up Maxx C if you are wanting to do that. Because its price point will obviously go higher in value within the market. It's a very expensive card. I don't recommend you playing with it. I recommend you buying a playset, double sleeving that bad boy. You get a Yu-Gi-Oh sleeve, you get a Magic sleeve, you slap them on together, and they make a nice good sleeve for Maxx C. And then when balance hype happens, you can easily unload this card for double the profit. That fast. I really do recommend Maxx C as a great investment opportunity right now, because even though 150 sounds like a lot, hey, maybe you go to your locals, get a little bit cheaper. It's gonna go higher in value for OT Maxx C. It's almost a no-brainer at this point. So I highly recommend you go and you grab this card. Up next, Weather Painted Snow, $12 market price, and we're seeing it just about almost bought out. It's about 25. This guy's for them. Then after that, it's 35 at 3. Yeah, I don't recommend you guys going in and grabbing Weather Painted Snow. I think this is a silly buyout. There's some buyouts I will agree with. Some buyouts I just don't know, and some buyouts I'll look at and go, yeah, no, that's not happening. And Weather Painted Snow is definitely one of them. I don't recommend you going to get this card. It's just not worth it. If you have it, you have Snow. Good job. You have a $25 card. Sell it fast. Sell it now. If you get 15, say thank you and take your money. It's just not worth it. It's just not good of a card, and it's gonna go back down in value. And one thing Spirit Warriors have taught me is all these cards go up in value and then go right back down in value and then go back up in value and go back. It's a swing set, and it's just not worth it. And yeah, I know I said set twice, but I don't care. Compulsor's at 3 or 1, whatever. Moving forward, Denko Seka. Now, this card I was going to say was going to go up in value, but it's already went up in value. In fact, when Bowser Legends Legend Revenge first came out, this card was trending roughly around $1 to $2. I said this is the hottest card of the set. Nobody's looking at it. Guys, you want to double check me? Go back and watch a video when I talk about the set. It is the best card in the set. One of the best investment cards. And even still, it being at $8, hell, this card's a banless target. It's that damn good. Unless we got Harpy's Featherster, this card is the best card for back row. You're planning to get Mystic Mine Turbo or Burn or Control, whatever the hell they want to call themselves today. You just grab a Maxx C, Denko Seka, and you slap it on board, and you shut down their back row. The only thing you can do is use, oh wait, nothing. It's an insane card, and I think that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to be opting to play this card more and more as we move forward. Alternatively, if you are fearful of back row decks like Sky Strikers, maybe even Orcust, depending on the build you want to play, because you don't want to get hit with that counter trap, Salamandgrates, Altergeist, this is the card you need to be focusing on. Now, I know a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players, for my collector crowd or my Yu-Gi-Oh play investor crowds watching this video, but up until now, this is one of the best cards for everybody, collectors, for competitive players, as well as for those who are investing. This card price is obviously going to go higher in value. Look at the numbers in the market. You got 23 of the secret rares, and you got 14 of the ultra rares, and then for the Mega 10 versions, you have 9. This is obviously going to go higher in the market. The best version, in my opinion, is going to be the secret rare, but you're going to get Yu-Gi-Oh players wanting the new challenger versions, and evidently there's not many 2015 Mega 10 versions lying around. But I'm dead serious. This is such a hidden gem, and I feel like once this card sees more meta play, the price point is going to spike higher and higher and higher in the market, because everyone's going to want to grab their place as a Denko Seka. They're going to want to shut down Mystic Mine. The best deck, obviously, that has the best bonus from Denko Seka is Thunder Dragons, but I like to throw in there that Prank Kids play Denko Seka. I played in my Prank Kids, and Prank Kids can play this card and just blast the opponent's field away. I will also like to mention that obviously this card does nothing really besides its initial effect against an already established Mystic Mine. It cannot activate its effect, but its effect will still stop Mystic Mine's back row from just messing you up. Normally players don't really have an answer for Denko Seka they're playing that. You summon Denko Seka, they look at their back row and they go, damn. And they just basically lose. Depending what they run, I mean, they might start running some silly stuff like Sound Judgment Warning, and that's whatever. It's still not good enough. We have to see how the meta really changes, guys, and really shifts. But I think this is going to be a house of a card that's going to make its way into side decks, and in certain decks, even into the main decks. So I really am looking forward to seeing with decks like that run Denko Seka, what can they do, and what decks are going to be running it in main. And comment down below if you're running this card, or you have this card, or you have a ton of these and you're sitting on them. Okay, I'll give you one deck core. Just one deck core that I'm really excited about is Scraps. Now, I'm pretty much almost done with Scraps. I have my Scrap Track and Ultis. I have other fusions. Scrap Twin, I have it Ultis. I think I'm missing this guy. Scrap Orthos. I only have 2, but one's unlimited, one's first. I'm getting rid of the unlimited. If you know me, guys, you always go first edition. I might go pick this up. It's about $10. It's pretty expensive. I'm gonna get banged on this one, but I just want to throw it out there for you guys. If you want any hints of what's a good deck core, Scraps. Scraps have done nothing, and I mean nothing. But they have. If you ever played Scraps, you know this deck does not need a lot to get going to be a meta deck. It definitely has great floaters. Nowhere near as Burning Abyss good flows, but definitely great floaters. And it can definitely beat your face by giving you a Scrap Goblin, which is hilarious. I just like this deck a lot. I think this is a phenomenal deck that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players have long since forgotten about. And I would love to see this deck one day become a tier 1 deck with the release of some more added cards to make this deck a lot more better on the ban list or on the meta in general. So let me know what you guys think about Scraps. Okay, common question of the day comes from, oh, sorry about that, Casual Chaos. He says, as a casual player, I really don't know much about tournaments. Do you as a card shop owner have to report to Konami on the attendance, winner, or deck list of the tournaments? Is that how Konami determines which stores gets more OTS packs, or who do they determine which stores get what? It's a great question. For stores reporting, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I can say. I'm pretty sure Konami won't care if I say this. You don't report the winner or the deck list, but you report the attendance. You basically how we run a Konami tournament. You use Konami software. You put the players in, and then you put who they play against, and then you just put done the finalized tournament, and then you take that. You get a file actually, and I go on Konami's website and I send them the file. And then that's it. It's done. They know who played who. They know how many players played at my event. They know how the event went, and they're okay with it. And that's how they accept it. I think you could run as a tournament as low as 6 players, I believe it is, for Konami. It's been a while. I play I have a different bunch of card games in my shop. Some minimum for tournaments to be sanctioned. Changes. I think Magic's 8. I could be wrong. And Yu-Gi-Oh 6. One of them's 4. I don't know. I do a lot of gaming. But yeah, as long as you meet the minimum requirements, you send that into Konami. It's very important, and that does determine on which stores get what for OTS packs. But I would like to add in, if you, because if there's any store owners watching this video, if you are caught, if they go, hey, I see that Bill over here at your locals, but then again, Bill went to a regionals today. What gives? If they find that out, which they can easily find that out, obviously, because it will conflict, you lose OTS status immediately. So I don't recommend you doing anything like that, but it is out there. And do stores do it? Maybe. If I can see it happening, on the system of how easy it can be abused in the system, yeah, I think stores can easily do it. Is it right? No. Can stores get caught? Absolutely. And if stores get caught, instead of worrying about how many OTS packs you just get none. Permanently done forever for life. So that's another thing that's kind of important. And as far as who determines what stores get what, it's Konami. They determine what stores get. They determine the store allocation. It's all on them. They let us know when we'll get tracking for the OTS packs, and that's it. We used to be able to apply. Now it's every season or setup. This is how they do it. They do it like this way. And if a store runs out, if you are a store owner, you check your email, Konami. You just have to contact Konami, discuss price structure and all that stuff, and work it out with them. And they'll let you know whether they approve you or disapprove you for OTS packs. I know I'm getting a lot of questions about OTS packs. A lot of you guys are really excited about talking about them because it's great money. But from a store owner's perspective, it started to become a nightmare. It started off great. It started off as a dream. And now it's starting to become more of a pain because Konami's coming in and they're going, oh, listen, we ran out of OTS packs, and stores are like, okay, what do I tell my players? And they go, we'll send you some other ones, and that was a bit of a pain. And then some stores I know some stores some store owners that are friends of mine, they didn't get any. And I got 3, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I can't, man. I gotta do for my people. But some stores got different versions. Everyone's supposed to get OTS 5. Some dudes got 3 and 2. It was a mess. And I think it's something Konami haven't planned for, because Yu-Gi-Oh! As a game, it really is growing exponentially. And I think Konami is trying to reevaluate themselves. But with the limited budget they currently have, with the limited amount of OTS packs they currently have, they can't just be giving it willy-nilly to everybody. I think that's why we're seeing Konami be a little more cautious with their OTS packs, and just monitor who they give it to and who they don't give it to, depending on the players that come to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Events. I know Konami can't speak for this, and I don't speak for Konami, but that's what my assumption as a store owner and reading everything about the whole setup. Konami's trying their best to grow this game. They just have limited resources here in the TCG because they have a crazy amount of stores that are saying that they have Yu-Gi-Oh events, and they're trying to get those guys the promotional product to give to the players, to make the players happy, to make the store owners happy, but they're trying to juggle all this with a limited amount of resources, and hopefully they get more resources. But until that happens, unfortunately, we're going to be having to deal with this. And yeah, it is a pain for store owners, and I guarantee you it's a pain for Konami. For players, hopefully you guys can just understand this. We're all working to provide this to you guys so you can have a better playing experience at your local OTS store. My players are very awesome. I love my players at my store. They're very understanding. They're just accepting. They're like, okay, cool, man. Just let me know what's going on, and they're down for the play. Hopefully some store owners are lucky like that. I know some won't be. But it could be worse, guys. You'll be playing Magic the Gathering, and that company is insane right now. Now, I will say real quick about Magic the Gathering. Yeah, Magic the Gathering has some pretty good sets. Water Spark's been pretty good. Little side note, but the company is still terrible, and it's gonna still get worse. I'm sorry, Magic the Gathering. I have it in my store. I have a player base, but we all know they're putting a band-aid on cancer. It's just horrible going on there. So looking at all the games, I think Yu-Gi-Oh is right now the best game. I might do a video giving you guys a state of gaming right now for different games. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Super, Magic the Gathering. If you guys want to see that, please make sure to comment down below. I might do that video because I feel like it's really important to do right now because so many things are happening, and mainly Yu-Gi-Oh's benefiting. I'm not saying Magic's dead, by the way. Magic, they're still making money. They have big problems that they're trying to pretend and hide, but it's, you know, whatever. But Yu-Gi-Oh is definitely the best game right now, hands down. Customer satisfaction, promotional product. Konami is doing a phenomenal job, and they're working harder to do a better job. They're giving us a license before Nationals, which almost never happens. They have so many more regionals this event, this season. We're seeing regional numbers being broken, shattered, time and time again. Columbus Regionals had over 550 players. It's absolutely insane things happening with the game of Yu-Gi-Oh right now, and this is definitely Yu-Gi-Oh's new era in which the game is just growing, and I'm really excited to be a part of this era. I'm really excited you guys are watching me. The channel is growing because of it. The amount of comments are growing. The amount of people on Discord and Facebook, once again, click the links during Discord and Facebook. It's growing, and it's only doing this because the game is doing insanely well, and I think Konami knows this, and I think Yu-Gi-Oh players know this, owners definitely know this, and I cannot wait to see what happens tomorrow. And you paisanos want to see what happens tomorrow? Find out the next time of Dragon Ball V. See you later, paisanos.